you guys doing? That ramp scared the fuck out of me. I thought I was about to be handicapped again. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm the only non-Latino person on the show. So for the purpose of this show, I'm Dominican. And my name is Negrito El Negrito. Esther was like, we don't got no black people on this show, but we'll get Mike, because not only is he black, he's also in a wheelchair, so we got all the bases covered. I got my first job this year, right? My first real job. Right? No, it was a bad idea. I'm a paraprofessional, which means I help students in schools like with disabilities with their homework and their classwork, right? And this summer, I worked in a class full of kids with autism, like the whole class was kids with autism, right? And one day, one of the kids, they were having like a moment. They were throwing stuff around, headbutting people and stuff like that. So I went to like restrain the kid, and he like turned to me and started to hug me. And then he put his head in my chest, and he bit my nipple, right? So when he bit my nipple, I looked at him, I was like, oh, you think that hurts? My girlfriend does that to me every night. And when I said it, you could slowly see the autism like leave his face. And I was like, oh shit, man, I found the cure. Man, before I started working though, right? I used to have trouble sleeping. I used to always tell people like I had insomnia because I always had trouble sleeping every night. But it turns out the way you cure insomnia is to get a job. I'm in bed every night at 9 o'clock, man. It's fucking, I be tired as hell. You guys, Michael Jackson fans? Yeah, man. You see, we got the new trailer and everything. Everybody's going crazy because of the trailer. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I love him. It could be weird to be a fan of Michael Jackson sometimes, right? Like one day, I was at a show and I had a sweatshirt of him on. And after the show was over, this woman came up to me. She was like, excuse me, don't you know what he's done to children? And I didn't know what to say to that. So I was like, of course. Of course I know what he's done to children. How do you think I ended up in the wheelchair? And I rolled the fuck off. You're not gonna disrespect my hero. Nah, man, like, I do love Michael Jackson though, but I was born in 1984, right? So I never got to see Michael Jackson as like a black person. When I first saw Michael Jackson, he looked Puerto Rican, right? So I remember like when I was 4 back in '88, my mom, she put on this documentary about Michael Jackson, and after like, in the beginning, he was like my complexion, and by the end, he was light skinned. So after it was over, I looked at my mom, I was like, so is that what happens? And my mom was like, what are you talking about? I was like, because in the beginning, he was dark and now he's light. So like when I become an adult, am I gonna become light skinned? And my mom was like, look, I know you have cerebral palsy, but are you also retarded? Because what kind of fucking... Like, what the fuck are you asking me? Nah, I do look, like, Michael, the cool thing about Michael Jackson nobody talks about, he's the first person to ever get in more trouble as a white man than he ever did as a black man. So, he took one for the team. I've been seeing a lot of commercials lately with people in wheelchairs in them, right? You guys been seeing these commercials? Like every commercial has a person in a wheelchair. I don't like it, right? Because it makes it seem like being in a wheelchair is like a cool thing. It's not. I hate it, right? Being in a wheelchair is tough. This is how tough being in a wheelchair is. I'd rather be black than be in a wheelchair, right? Like, think about this. Like, remember, like, in 1955 when they had the bus boycott with Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and all that? Like, I couldn't get on the bus if I was alive back then. So while they would have been out there screaming, "We shall overcome" and all that, singing all that, I would have been out there like, "Let the mother niggas take the bus." Yeah. Speaking of the bus, anybody take the bus? Yeah, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys have to get on the bus with me, because everybody gets so mad at me when they have to put the ramp down and they gotta get up to, like, for me to sit down. But I will tell you one thing, even though I feel sorry for you guys, like, whenever a white person has to get up for me to get on the bus, I feel so good about it. Like, I feel like the spirit of Rosa Parks is like running through me, right? Especially like when it's an old white person, because I know they've said nigga, right? So like, I get on the bus, they're looking at me, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, who gotta get to the back of the bus now, bitch? I got a girlfriend, despite these jokes. She's in a wheelchair too, because that's how I roll. And a lot of times when people see me and my girlfriend out, you know, they like to ask, how do you guys have sex, right? And I'll tell you guys tonight how two people in wheelchairs have sex. This is true, this is what happens. So, I take my chair, right, and I turn it towards her chair. Then our chairs connect, like Power Rangers. She goes, ooh, ooh, and I go, ah. And she goes, give it to me, daddy. And I go, take that word, you cripple bitch. And then I press this button right here on my chair, and I keep my wheels spinning and spinning. She presses her button on her chair, she keeps her wheels spinning and spinning. And everybody keeps their wheels spinning until the room catches fire. And that's how we come. So now you've learned something tonight at the show, and you take that bit of information back with you. I live with my girlfriend now. I'm from Queens, but I stay with my girlfriend in Harlem. Right? It can be weird to live with another person, I find out. This is my first time ever living with a woman. Because like one day recently, I got a phone call to go to counseling to get therapy. And after the phone call was over, my girlfriend was like, hey babe, why do you need counseling when you can just talk to me, right? And that's cute. Because it was like she didn't even realize that talking to her every day is how I figured out I needed to go to counseling in the first place. I was adopted as a kid, right? And the woman who raised me, she's a beautiful woman. I love her to death. But the thing about my mom is she couldn't read. She was illiterate. So I had to read things for my mom from a very young age. Do you know how disrespectful it is for a person who can't read to tell you that you read slow? How the fuck would she know? That's like me telling somebody in here, put some pep in your step. I don't know anything about walking. I've heard things. But my mom, she's the first person, you know, because Latino people, like black people, you get beatings, right? We all got beat. My mom is the first person to help me realize that I was funny, because she used to beat me a lot when I was a kid, right? And one day, this is a true story. One day she was beating me with the belt, and like she hit my leg, and when she hit my leg, I grabbed my knee and I looked at her and I was like, don't you think they've had enough? And she laughed. And I was like, I'm a funny motherfucker, man. Do you know how funny you have to be to make somebody laugh while they beat you? I'm a funny motherfucker, man. Nah, but before I get out of here, like I said, I was adopted as a kid, and I didn't meet my biological family until I was 23, right? And I'm one of 8 children, and I'm one of 6 brothers, right? And a lot of times when people see me, they tell me they feel sorry for me because I'm in a wheelchair. But let me tell you, before you feel sorry for me, let me tell you about my brothers, right? I have one brother who's currently doing 30 years in prison, right? I have another brother who's been in and out of jail his whole adult life. I have another brother who was in and out of juvenile hall as a kid, right? And I have another brother who may or may not have a coke habit. We don't know yet, right? So that means statistically, if I could walk, right, I wouldn't be in here right now. I'd be outside of here waiting for one of you to come out so I could rob you. So sometimes you gotta be thankful that I'm in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? My name's Mike Favor, you guys are great.
You know, Mike happens to be one of my boyfriend's best friends. And yeah, and the